In this video, I'm going to go over an example of a countertrend trade that I've taken this week. Just after the video that I did on countertrends, I thought that it would make sense to obviously go through one once I'd taken one recently after doing the video. So yeah, the trade that I took was dollar CAD on Tuesday. So you can see that I have an indicator that says Monday, Tuesday, like the days of the week. So if I just hide this, you can see that I was looking again today for longs, but I didn't quite get in here. This was a strong 1 hour bearish candle, even though it was coming into the 1 hour support. It was at 4 hour lows as well of the previous 4 hour candle, taking out the lows and then went higher. Just unfortunate that I never took that. It would have been a nice trade. But anyway, the trade that I took was yesterday. So yes, the previous day at the time was strong bearish, but we're coming into a strong daily structure area. We were beyond the lows of the day, so we'd had a nice push in Asia session. Monday, obviously, as I say, was strong to the downside. We had just made a lower low, so obviously what I see whenever I see a lower low being created on the 4 hour, so we break and close beyond the previous origin of the pullback, which is here, the support, close beyond. Once I start to see some buyers come into the market, depending on some other kind of confluences, like where it is in structure, I'm like, right, well, on the 4 hour, we've just made a lower low. We are in a downtrend. I'm not going to fight that. But because we've taken out the lows of the last area of the pullback, we are much likely area to create another new pullback, another origin of a pullback, because we're in an area that should create a lower low for then to create a lower high on the pullback to then possibly make a new lower low. So price has to stop at some point. Am I just going to put in an entry and just hope that it turns from there? No. But what I did was, you can see here, the 6 till 10 candle was bullish on the 4 hour. We had this support on the 1 hour. Now this was entered on price. There was nothing fancy about this trade. It was simply entered on price. So I saw that we'd taken out the highs of this resistance. We hadn't closed beyond it, but we'd taken out the highs after the push in the Asia session. So to me, if we've dropped really hard, but then we've came back up just as hard to then get beyond the origin of that drop, to me, it's like, well, if price doesn't create some more bearish pressure that's strong again, then the likelihood is that it's just going to create some structure and then make that next push, if it makes sense on the higher time frame. So we'd taken out the lows of the previous day. We had created a 4 hour bullish candle. My main target was this kind of 4 hour potential break and retest area at 1.2665 basically, and then the round number. So I took most profit off at 1.2690 area, around that. I was quite happy to take most of my profit, move my stop loss, and then eventually we did get that next push. But if I go down, you can see that this candle here, 11 till 12. So the 9 till 10, this was the last 1 hour of the 4 hour. So you can see that this 7 till 8 was the lows of that candle, the 6 till 10 candle. So we had the 9 till 10, so that obviously created some support here, but then we had the support here as well. So it was an area from 1.2632 down into 1.2628 plus the wick 1.2624. So about 8 to 10 pips. Now, strong bearish candle, 10 to 11. I'm like, right, okay, well, this could be the start of the kind of next push to the downside. I wasn't interested in entering because the last 4 hour was strong bullish, so I would want to see I take, like, ideally a very deep pullback back into these areas, or take out the highs of the last 4 hour, then see sellers coming in and entering that way. But what we saw was a strong 1 hour bearish candle, then a sideways bearish candle that didn't even close beyond the lows of the previous 1 hour. That, to me, in 1 hour structure, with the previous 4 hour bullish candle being down at the lows of that to me is saying, well, structure could hold here. And I simply entered on price. I entered around 1.2632. I entered there, and then I put my stop loss below the lows. So this candle, my alert was at this line. It took out the lows of the previous 2 hours, and then I saw that price was starting to push back to the upside. So you can see here, we've got the 12:15 to 12:30, closed, nice candle at the 15-minute support, at the 1 hour support. It was showing real signs of slowdown, and yeah, I entered with a stop loss below the lows of the current and previous 4 hour candle. My first main target was the current highs of the day, which was obviously these wicks, and then the body of this wick here. Got a nice solid bullish candle close, and then I'm not sure if it was news or something that came in, and then obviously my alerts were starting to go off that I was like, right, well, I set alert at 1.2670. That went off, and then that was me saying, right, okay, move stop loss further and take some profit off, see where it goes. So it was nothing fancy. It was literally, right, okay, this 1 hour support, 15-minute support, last 4 hour strong bullish, had a deep pullback on the bullish candle, going to take out the lows, taking out the lows. Buyers came in. I was buying low on the previous, in accordance to the previous 4 hour at daily structure, at a potential lower low area on the 4 hour that we could at least pull back to the break and retest area. And I was just looking for a new high of the day to start with. I never knew that it was obviously going to be such a strong push to the upside, because you don't know when these are going to happen. It's just impossible. No one's psychic, no matter what they say. And yeah, I was just, then it was, right, well, back up to the 1.2690 was a new high of the week. So that was another area as well. And then it's obviously just continued overnight, and we've got another push. So all in all, very nice trade. Nothing too fancy, just strong bearish candle, sideways bearish at structure, at the lows of the 4 hour. We took out the lows of the previous 4 hour strong bullish candle. We're in a 4 hour lower low potential area after we've created some bullish candles as well on the 4 hour, showing that it is an area that support has came in, that buyers has came in. So then from buying low on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, at daily structure, taking out the lows of the previous day, and yeah, just that was basically the trade that allowed me to, with the confluences that I had, it allowed me to take a counter trend trade with sensible targets and just managing, setting alerts at the right place.